Hey everybody, welcome to Board Game Heaven. My name is Raymond, and in this video I'll be doing an unboxing of Destinies by Lucky Duck Games. This is a story-driven, app-driven, competitive game where you explore a world and need to do all kinds of tests and figure out a story as you go. And it has a lot of cool components inside, so let's quickly take a look at what's in the box. Okay, so Destinies by Lucky Duck Games. Loving the art on the front here, on the cover. Death looming in the back. Really nice with the frame there. On the sides, tells you it's a game that plays about 120 to 150 minutes. Ages 14 and up for 1 to 3 players. Has Destinies on the sides there. So no vertical side, alas. And on the back we've got some text, of course. The first competitive story-driven RPG-like board game ever. With some background text here and some components in play. You can see all the tiles of the map that you're exploring with the dice, the miniatures, the tokens, your character board, and the app being used here. So you can get that on the App Store, Google Play, and Steam. All right, let's open that up. All right, so first of all, there is the rulebook for the base game with the same art. Here are all the components. The miniatures looking nice there. Dice, tokens. And you might see that this looks very, very similar. The graphical layout and the artwork and the style as the Joan of Arc Time of Legends game by Mythic Games. And originally this game was called Time of Legends Destinies, but due to some trouble, some legal trouble, they had to forego the name. But technically this takes place in that same universe. Not officially anymore, but to me, the minis are the same size, artwork is the same. Everything tells me that this is in the same universe. So I kind of like that. So yeah, looks good. Not too many pages. Some other game concepts, and that's it. The last pages aren't even rules anymore, so it's like, you know, 11 and a half pages of rules, including components. And so yeah, subtract 2 with setup. That's not too bad. Credits there, and a glossary of terms, which is also handy. You know, things you might need to look up. And an icon reference on the back, which is very handy to have on the table. I love that. All right, now look at this. Really, really nice looking insert. Plastic tray here. Look at that. That looks really nice. Has all of these miniatures. There's quite a lot of them because they are of a smaller scale. Again, you know, to be kind of like compatible with Time of Legends Joan of Arc. I don't know if there is any crossover material anymore now because of the issues, but it does look like you can actually use them. So that's really cool, small scale miniatures, and they are really detailed. We'll have a closer look at those in a bit. So here are your character boards. They're double layered because you need to put cubes in here and some stuff in here as well. You can put your cards there. So that looks really nice. They are even printed on the back. Lovely art. So you've got 3 of those because the maximum number of players for this is 3. Then we have 2 punch boards of tokens, and these are thick. Look at that. That is very thick. That's like 4 millimeters. Never seen tokens this thick before. So really cool. You have the coins here. You have these sigils. And you have these banners here. They're all printed double-sided. More different tokens here as well. So that looks really nice. Then there's another cover here. Awesome. Just plastic cover like that, which has all of these, well, I said cubes, but they're cylinders that you put into these holes, because cubes wouldn't make sense in round holes, obviously. So we have these, and you can put them in. Well, it actually says to put the tokens in there with the different, I think these, not 100% sure. I have to look closer, but I mean, here you have these slots as well, so that's probably for the round tokens. Let's just punch one out carefully, Raymond. Don't rip it. So we go, yeah, this fits in here. So yeah, I guess you have to fit those into these slots. Really nice insert, I have to say. And then we have these cards, and there's even spots underneath here. They do have an icon. So yeah, there are dedicated spots for some of these. It's pretty cool. And we have all of these cards. And of course, these map tiles. Look at that. That's a huge stack of map tiles. So there's a whole bunch of land to explore. I'm not going to open these just yet, because going through all of this would spoil the game. You're basically exploring as you go. So they have the colored version on the back and the grayed out version on the back, and this on front. So this is tile 67, so I'm guessing there's 67 tiles in total. And yeah, you build your world, basically. So that looks really nice. And look at those dice. Wow. We have these purple dice with a golden engraved number on them. And like this border as well. Look at that. Look how nice and shiny that is. It's a swirly purple die with the golden frame and lettering, numbering. And that just looks really nice. Look at that. It's beautiful. So they have 1, 2, and 3, and this symbol. And nice and chunky dice with rounded corners, so they roll well. That's how I like them. And there's, let's see, 9 of them. Really cool. And 6 of these giant, chunky, bone white dice. Look at that. So nice and big. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So we have those with brown inside these bone white dice. Cool. So that's really nice. And you can put them in that spot. It does have the dice symbols in here, so they go back in here, which is where they belong, with these tiles on top in their own little spot there. So I guess, yeah, you do put these here then, I guess, with the smaller tokens. Not sure, or maybe you put them down here. I'm not entirely sure. Oh yeah, see, that's these 3 symbols. That's these 3 symbols. So yeah, you do put the wooden cylinders in here. That's where they belong. So yeah, and all the cards in here. Well, I guess we can take a look at these cards, right? Just to look at the art. All right, let's open that up. Okay, so herbs. Lots of herbs, and as you notice, they have these QR codes, because that's what you do. You scan these with the app, and the app will tell you you have them in your inventory or what they do, and it also tells you what they do here. So medicine, alcohol, we have a sword, we have a torch, we have a trap. It's a trap. We have rope, poison, a legal document, spade, doctor's mask, a votive candle, and dice. Cool. These look like the Vassin dice from the RPG. It's pretty cool. All right. So we have those. That looks really nice. And I'll take a look at these as well. More of these items. So parchments. Ooh, nice. These have a different color. So I guess these are rare. And you have some that you discard upon using, some that you can keep. That's pretty cool. Silver dagger, a dog We have a dog, crossbow, a will-o-wisp, a wolf den trophy, crucifix. So these are all unique items. And the art is really, really nice. It's beautiful. I'm going to just go through these quickly, just to show you the art. Oh, nice. Tarot cards. The raven, a crow. It's a crow, not a raven. Charm. Oh boy, the Rat King. Ooh, spirits. All right. So I guess the quill there means the story cards, I guess. Are these the story cards? Not even sure. Seems like these are also cards. They have the same back. So I'm just going to put these together in here. There you go. It just fits. And in here, we've got some characters. We've got the noble, the witch, huntsman. I'm just going to go through these quickly. But as you can see, man, the artwork is really nice. So detailed. And we have some more of these. Oh, let's see. These have different backs here. So I guess we have to keep those separate. I'll just put these here on the bottom. But we still have more of these. Blood trophies, shield, bow, hatchet, talisman, food. Always good to have food. Rosary, holy water, and lock picks. And there's some more herbs here. Did we start out? Well, yeah. I guess you either, I don't know. These have numbers on them, but these are coins, so I guess that's what they cost. I guess, I don't know. Not sure if you get to peek at them before buying them. So I put those there. I'll just punch out these and put everything back, but it's really, really nicely done. And now we'll take a look at the miniatures. And let me just check if there's nothing underneath. Never know. There is nothing underneath. Okay, let's put that back. It's quite heavy, but they made good use of the box and the insert. So that's well done. All right, so here is a little skeleton, and this is the same skeleton that we saw in Joan of Arc with the scythe, and they are, for their size, incredibly detailed. I think that's very impressive. Tiny little miniatures and so much detail. It's really cool. So we have that. I believe there's plenty of different ones. They might all be different. Here's someone holding a, seems like a flask. Is that a flask that he's holding and pulling the cork off? He also has a pouch on the belt. That's pretty cool. Tiny little miniature. Here is a soldier or a knight, man-at-arms with a shield and a little sword. We've got a noblewoman. A nice dress. Really cool. Then we have, oh, we've already seen that one. We've got this, it's either a monk holding a book. I think it's a monk because of the robes. Some kind of clergy. He's holding a book with, I think there's a cross on it. It's really tiny. And here is another, he's a nobleman. Really, really cool. And here is someone, what's he doing? Oh, that's a plague doctor kind of, like he's got a mask, face mask and glasses. And it's like he's got this, I don't know, it looks like he's got a kind of a apparatus that's billowing smoke. You can tell these kind of like bubbles here are like smoke. Then we have this fellow. who looks like a warrior. He's got a sword and a shield and long hair. Maybe it's a she. Maybe it's a she. It does look like quite a heavy brow, furrowed brow, so that makes me think this is a man. But it's really super tiny, so I can't really tell. But this is really cool, and they all have their own slots. Here is a girl with a stick and a basket, so she might be a farmer or a peasant. Peasant! So that's that. And here is a male peasant. Really cool. There's a little dude here who fell out of his slot. Looks like he's got some tools. He's got an apron and some heavy tools there. He might be like a hoofsmith, perhaps. Some kind of craftsman. So we have that. We have another knight, and this is definitely a knight because he has very fancy armor and a crest on his shield. So a knight. Really cool. Goes there. We have this bishop with the mitre and the staff. And we also have a nun holding the Bible and a walking staff, walking cane. So we have that. And here is an angel, and it's also, once again, like the ones we saw in Joan of Arc. So we have that. Really nicely detailed. Looks super cool. Bigger base. This is, let's see, well, looks like a female figure holding a chalice that is a flame. She's standing on top of something, and it looks like these are either, this is like smoke billowing out with books or something, or no, wait, this is a like the tip of a tower there. So it might be masonry. Like she's exploding out of a tower or something. It's an interesting mini. Don't know what that is. And then we have here a pile of rats, a rat swarm. Look at that. All of these rats bringing the plague. And we have a werewolf, also one that we saw in Joan of Arc as well. Really cool. Perched on this rock. Super cool. Let's see, what's this? We have this lady, warrior lady, the hair in the wind and holding a large double-handed sword. Really cool in her plate armor. Nice. So she goes there. So what's this? This is a lady in a like a dress. She kind of looks like a fortune teller or something. You know, with all the robes. Sort of. And then we have this axeman, a woodsman perhaps, looking very stout. Cool, maybe he's even a dwarf. He looks slightly shorter than the others. And then we have this elderly woman, or maybe it's a witch. Who knows, in this tale of folklore that is Destinies. Now, what's this? We got like guard, I think, although he's got armor on, but he's also got a hammer. So it's either, oh, stay focused, please. There's the hammer. Having a hard time here. Yeah, there's the hammer. And he's pointing. So maybe he's one of the guards, but, you know, keeping watch or fixing things. Who knows? This is another lady with a bird on her arm. So could that be a messenger crow? Who knows? Interesting. Here's another warrior, another man-at-arms with a shield and a warhammer. Now that's a warhammer there. Also looking really good. Looking really nice. And this looks like a traveling merchant. Old man with a long beard and a gnarled walking stick. Pouches. So he's got a lot of goods with him. Yes. And next we got another man-at-arms, again with a warhammer and a shield, helmet, plate, armor. Nice little model there. We have, I think, another monk, a hooded monk. So we have that. We have another noblewoman with a big headdress. Maybe even a queen, who knows? The story will tell. And we have this, yeah, what is this? A demon? Some kind? A Minotaur? Oh, looks like a demon. A horned demon of kinds with spikes on the back. It's pretty nice. Fun little fellow, this. All right, so those were all the smaller models, and then there's, of course, the pièce de résistance. Death itself. Look at that. That is a huge model to give you an idea of the scale. Here's a regular mini, and here's Death. So yeah, scary fellow. He's got the hood, you know, concealing what he looks like, but you can see the arms are skeletal. There's wings even. This huge sword. Really, really cool looking. And he's got 3 scorpion tails. There's one here, there's one here, and there's one here. And they look thin, but they're not too bad. They're actually pretty sturdy. This one is almost completely rigid, and so is this. So this is a quite sturdy plastic. The only thing that is a little bit wobbly is the sword here, because it's also on a thin arm. You can actually see the 2 bones there. So this is a little thinner. But, I mean, you could technically just glue the tip to the base, and then that would not be any worries anymore. But that looks amazing. Really, really lovely, cool, big model there. All right. That is everything that's in the box. There we go. So that was my unboxing of Destinies by Lucky Duck Games. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you hit the bell icon, you'll also get a notification whenever I upload a new video. Please also consider becoming a Patreon saint to my channel by going to my Patreon page. The link is in the description below. And you can also click the icon at the end of this video. And you can support me for as little as just $1 a month. It really helps and is greatly appreciated. You'll get your name in the credits of all of my videos, as well as access to some Patreon exclusive videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Board Game Heaven.